So we don't do what we would call cheap charity or just relief. It's not bad things. If you're hungry, you need a place to eat that day, you need a place to sleep. We do some of those things, but our intention is to help move on past that to deal with the root causes that keep people poor.
To change a tough situation, the director of Mission Waco, Mission World, Jimmy Dorrell, says,
But the empowerment model really demands that people with the problem must be a part of the solution of the problem.
poverty is not always an issue of education or lack of work.
Part of poverty is systemic injustice.
Mission Waco has been working for the advancement of those in hard times for 22 years. Waco seems to have a high poverty rate due to what Mr. Dorrell calls the root causes of poverty.
But poverty has so many spinoffs. We've got large numbers of teen pregnancy problems here in Waco. We've got a lot of people who drop out of school, high dropout rate here. We have a significant amount of lower income jobs that people can never break the poverty cycle because you can't work enough hours to ever bring enough home to pay for all the needs. And so those are just a few, but there's, you've still got old racism out there. You've still got issues that historically Waco struggled with that are just lack of opportunity for a lot of folks.
Working to solve these issues, Mission Waco is taking one small victory at a time.
With the homeless issue in Waco, 20 years ago when we started working with this issue of chronic homelessness in Waco, it was horrible. The guys were on the corner, people were sleeping under the bridge. There were very few recovery places for them to go if they were struggling with alcohol or drugs. And so we got in the middle of that issue and began to build coalitions and grab different friends and begin to work together on certain issues. Today, 20 years later, we're celebrating the fact that there are only 30 chronically defined homeless people left in Waco. Now that's half, well less than half than we started with. Now homelessness is a larger definition, not just the chronic. There's still more than that, but it's at the same time that has reduced significantly.
There are many ways to get involved. For example, Ashley Thornton writes a newsletter.
The first way that I got involved, I have a newsletter called Act Locally Waco, and that started as a way to connect different food pantries in town to help them share information about what activities and different things they had going on. And then it has grown from there to be a newsletter that shares information about a lot of events going on in town, not just, I take a really holistic view of what we need to do in regard to poverty. So it shares information about resources available for people in poverty, but also about a lot of events that are going on in town to build up the town of Waco.
Political science professor Andy Hogue directs a program for Baylor students looking to get more in tune with the community.
In that program, we have courses that really range in topics, and so some of the courses are some of the courses, for instance, are about poverty in Waco specifically. So a lot of those students will be learning about some of the root causes of poverty and learning about some of the ways that poverty is addressed, and then doing some work specifically in Waco that is attempting to be part of the solution to poverty here.
Getting involved to help the world is easier now than ever. And at Mission Waco, they're working to change problems into solutions.